Tomorrow is a king, I got to live with me. Baby girl, you will rock with me. Keep me by my side, you will stuck with me. Girl, it's not a feeling time when you're by my side. Don't even say your boat and put it about that way. Let me tell you the truth. It's the way that voice is in high definition. Take a picture of you, 3D glasses, making an invention. Baby girl, you will rock with me. Keep me by my side, you will stuck with me. Girl, it's what I feel inside when you're by my side. Good evening, my people. How are you today? Little Mukaga, Saturday Convo. We are not on Semuto Road, guys. This is the Kasanga Timatuga Road, and we are ending the section that is actually comfortable, a little comfortable. And today, I want us to discuss why every man should have an emergency fund. Yes, why should every man have an emergency fund? And for the people that don't know what an emergency fund is, I want to open up the discussion to you guys. Is a bunch of money that you set aside. Is a bunch of money that you set aside to help you during emergencies. Yes, this is money you put aside to help you during emergencies. For example, you are sick, you have a car breakdown, you have an emergency in your family. So that's the money that you put aside. For example, you can use it for unexpected expenses, family responsibilities, freedom and convenience, yeah? So that you're not like forced to work in places you don't want to work, avoiding debt, yeah? So that you get peace of mind, yeah? And of course, because life is unpredictable. But I want to pick your brains, guys. Kasule Ramadan, Starch Events, Louis, Paul Sema, Sami, Jones Info, Yusuf Minaj, Noah Norman. I want to pick your brain, and the guys, of course, Abari Mukamon. Why should every man have an emergency fund? Yeah, tell us, go in an emergency fund or tell us the recovery ways, and why do you keep that money? When do you touch it? For you, what do you consider as an emergency fund? Let's share our views. We are making saving a sentence. Atigero mugaso gwazo mu Uganda. Yeah, we're gonna start. I woke up in a good. I don't know why.
but I'm feeling too like I want the whole food. I'm not gonna put on a t-shirt today. Feel like it is it today. I make her smile, I make her laugh, laugh, laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine, wine, wine. Feel like getting down, down to me, God. Feel like touching down, down to me. I'll make you want to make you want to make you want to. I'll make you smile. I'll make you after that, I'll take you to a place where we will play. I'll be going to play. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jump, 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 jump. Gonna make them jump, gonna make them dance. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump.
Welcome. This is Saturday Convo. At the end of the broadcast, I'm going to be sharing the double cabin story. We bought the double cabin yesterday at 51 million shillings. I'm going to be sharing the story with you, how it went, and how we ended up with that double cabin. But I'm asking you to share your side of why every man should be having an emergency fund, and how much should be in every person's emergency fund. Naddala wano Uganda nga tuvudde ku beemunaayira ab'ebulaaya, an emergency fund. If you understand what an emergency fund is, how much of your money, of your income do you save for your emergency fund?
She don't one way, but I tell her. Yes, I tell her. Action nimble, 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 inside. 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 Now you are number one. Pass on, God, now cook up on a good one. Go back one. I tell you that, but you don't care. You don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never ever, but you made me beg. You made me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? But why? Ration nimble, 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 inside. Ration nimble, 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 inside. Ration nimble, 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 inside. Ration nimble, nimble, Sitting on motor, sitting on Kalanja, sitting on Bling, Jagala Kua, some love, give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Till I ring, till I things, many things from me, nothing. As long as you got my heart, yeah. I watch them now, come on, yes, woman, you will lose your I'll tell you yes, I'll tell you no, I'll tell you, baby, let's take it slow. You are my number one girl, you rule my world, and you took my heart. You are a bad part, you make me big, you make me big. Every time I come over, you make me big. But why? But why? But you never ever take what I say. But you do what you do ever again. Rock my heart, it goes around, around and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Can I tell you this every day, every night? That I really feel you, I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance.
Someone is asking a very, very important question here. Should emergency fund be only in cash form or it should be in form of assets with high liquidity? It could be both. It could be both. But you see, I've realized majority of the time when you are in an emergency, even assets of high liquidity take time to mature. So I find that personally, I think emergency fund should be kept in liquid form. That's my thinking. Lero abani yabachinga muri ambaka abani nana bali eno bayimba lwenteka kole bayimba batwale mu kakapake ya can disappoint them. Disappointed with Ugandan kids parks yeah zibura mu nyo. But we are talking about emergency funds, guys. How much should be in every person's emergency fund? And how much do you guys save per month for your emergencies? Because what to take your emergencies, you want to go to emergencies.
You and I, give me some love, give my better heart, I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Nothing's gonna last for long. Time does not wait. Okay, man. In 2008, Mr. Okeman over one. Summertime in Uganda. Come on. me tell you about the thoughts in no way. You know that they have a lot of time with them. One people have a lot of pastries. Never never need it, yeah. No way. Go to the Lord, you know that I'm jumping. I said, never need to check it out fast. It's like, okay, man, you know, forget it now. When we play around the rock, that's all. Many people know that I have all it on. Every day, every night, we are running my world. It's a dance, so I'm not so much like it. It's okay, man. You know, it's one day out. Sometimes fasting, I need you, man. I'm not the way, man.
So guys, good evening once again. Today is Saturday. We have Saturday. Tomorrow is Easter, and because Easter and all those public holidays, normally all places of fun are full. So I thought I should take my sons to the kids park today. And because I used to take them places that were not really made for just kids, I thought today let me take them to an actual kids park. Wamazemu amanyi. These guys bakola obufo nga bagala kukola bukozi sente. They don't actually put in that much effort. Like everything you want to use is about 20,000. Naye ng'omwana tasobola okujjako ng'omwana obwongo obutono. Omwana tasobola kukibeerako ddakiika 3. Baddwafu be basobola okubeerayo ng'obwongo obutono nnyo tebukola bulungi. But omwana ategeera obulungi. You pay 20,000 for something nga tasobola kibeerako yadde ddakiika 2. And then of course then came to a time where that Urban would have enjoyed the swimming. And the swimming pools have no lifeguards. Like a swimming pool is like full of 30 kids, but there are no lifeguards there. And we just decided to leave. Right? And then they keep inconveniencing you. Like every 2 seconds, a waitress or waiter will come by smiling, all smiling, trying to convince you to buy. You get to buy food, which I am sure is also overpriced. We did not buy that food. But I am disappointed in Tikadibakaiti Kids Park. But kids are supposed to enjoy the games. By no kubangu mwana asoro kutula weda chika satu obana azanya mchezo wechi dachika anga 10 kwa 2. They have like five activities. They have like 5 activities which are not fun. I don't know. Simanyina kumanya. They are not. I think the only place that had some things, yandi but they editwaitanga this world. Now they call it Wonder World, yeah. But Wonder World na yebi esubo bya byonna byayononeka. The next thing that would be a fun thing would be the water park, but I don't think those guys also have enough lifeguards for your kids. Obana inoge nayo ngamanya okuwuga. Okitegeera. I'm skeptical about what injuries could come from there. And also to sort of bank with 2 kids ngabonna banyumirwa amazzi. So if you take them to a totally water park, what happens with the one that doesn't enjoy the water? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's the lack of land that these people are working with a small amount of land. I don't know if, but I don't think it's a capital thing, yeah? These guys have capital. So I don't know, I'm disappointed. I've been atoba okay for you again and bo baliba nsimbi. They get a toy of like 1K ngabakatunda mitwale 3. You get swimming pool is 20K without a lifeguard. I took the kids to the swimming pool, Nembatwala with the money ready to pay, and there was no lifeguard. And I'm like, okay, why am I paying 20K? What if I don't know how to swim? Nzomana wange bwaba atandise okufuna a problem in the swimming pool. But anyway, that's what happened there. And just like that, we left. And yeah, kati ngenda gena nkwateko echuma mu gym. N'abaana mbekuwa embasuula nga taata w'obuvunanyizibwa kwateko mu gym. So I'm sure the broadcast. So this is the Kasangati Matuga Road, guys. And I'm sure you're feeling the vibrations, thinking I'm hitting potholes. No, I'm not. I'm going as slow as you can see. But how is your Saturday, guys? Today we tested uploading the weekly roundup in the morning. By 9 a.m. the weekly roundup was live. Yeah. How many of you guys have watched? Some of you guys that have been watching the weekly roundup every day, I think you're used to seeing it in the evening. That's why you haven't watched it as yet. So go ahead and watch it. Go ahead and watch it. We uploaded it in the morning, yeah. So Bomala live broadcast again, you can go and watch the weekly roundup as well. And then next week we shall start giving you episodes of the Project Car. We'll start giving you the episodes of the Project Car. So that's the thing that comes with reality. I'm going to work on that car myself. Yeah, if there are people that are suppliers of stuff, you want to join the adventure, you can join the adventure either as a supplier or as a sponsor. Yeah, SPK Driving School can join as a sponsor. Yes. But we are talking about emergency funds, guys. How important is an emergency fund to us as people? And I think everyone should definitely have an emergency fund. I also think that we should be like putting money aside for emergencies every month. And how much you put aside and how much your emergencies can be differs. If, for example, someone is a single man or a single girl, that's different from a man that is married and has a responsibility. Like, for example, nze oyina abaana oyina omukyala bonna beetaaga okubanga when you're saving for your emergency, you're also saving for them. And in Uganda, your emergency also includes having the right networks. I hope you understand that. Until you can get to a hospital, your money may not get you the best doctor in the country. A phone call can actually get the doctor to you. So in Uganda, emergency funds also includes emergency networks or emergency people. You can get in a situation, for example, on the road, and your money alone cannot get you out of the situation. You know, I've seen people that claim that money solves most problems. Money doesn't actually solve all the problems. Sometimes your money might end up causing you more trouble, because sometimes people will spot that you have money and they just decide to hold everything so that they can extort more money out of you. So how much do you put aside for your emergencies, guys? And what counts as emergencies? Chairman kucharo yagudde ensimu, does that count as an emergency for you? Do you send them money right away? Do you touch your emergency fund? Are kwanjulas and weddings part of the emergencies? Are they emergencies? Are okuzika, enyembe, are those emergencies? Is that do you touch part of your money? Let me increase the temperature so that the fan reduces. It was I made it extremely low and put it in auto because the boys were complaining that it's too hot and they wanted AC. Yeah. So guys, what's the importance of an emergency fund in your life, and how much are you putting aside every month for that? Arthur, in summertime, you remind of Bobby Wine with that intro. WAMV Technology, Victor Bola, it's a travel live vlog, Starch Events, Dustin Beanbag. Mr. Arthur, why I need an emergency fund? Unexpected medical bills, family emergencies, financial security. Save 100K with Zeno, 100K with NSSF FlexiPay, MTN, Boat Better Investor. I save 50K now. That's good. That's good start. You don't put in one place. And how easily accessible? How easily accessible is this money that you're saving in these various ventures? Because an emergency fund should be money that you can access in emergencies. Like if you got an emergency at midnight, you should be able to access that money right away. If you got an emergency at 2 a.m., you get it. That's sort of like, I think that's why they created ATMs. So that people can access their money whenever and in some cases wherever. I saw all of that because I know anything can happen, but my emergency fund is not my main account. Altogether, I save 250 as emergency fund, but split them in products like unit trusts. Much would date of a guy. So for the rest of you guys, how much do you save in emergency funds and for emergency funds, and where do you put your money? And what do you recommend someone should be saving? Is it a percentage of your income? Is it just a block amount that you put, whether you earn 2 million or you earn 4 million. You just say, I have to save this amount of money. Yeah. Yes, WAMV Tech steady nze n'abala abali ku broadcast kwe kyomanya bali steady. Kyonna kyonna kye baba bayitamu baba balina kye bayitamu bajja kukiyitamu. Bajja kukiyitamu. Kati owaloleka mumukolere ekkuba ategeere nti abantu bakola ekkubo. So starting next week, guys, we're going to be giving you episodes of the project car. Ate namwe munyumirwe ate as we get ready for Love for Cars Convention 30th August, guys. Abanaba mugwanga, abanaba kakomawo. I'm going to be telling you how you can book for your ticket very soon. We'll also have an online payment system, so that you can be able to access your ticket. Yeah. And then, of course, there are other things that are going to be there at the convention. Tujja kuba tuyiga diesel, petrol, hybrid, EV. Tugenda ba tuyiga, and of course, some of the other things you can do with your car. And of course, we'll be networking as well. So, guys, what's an emergency fund to you? How much do you save? How much do you plan to save? Kajamo komo karaba luno luno. Twetagayo alternative, yeah. We need an alternative road. For example, the people that are going to Hoima Road should be going straight to Hoima Road from like Bombo, from like where those roads should be worked on. Again, Hoima Road. Abagenda ku Gayaza Road should also have roads that lead to Gayaza, that lead to Kalaji. You get that way, there will not be a lot of jam. But you know, yesterday I was driving in town in the evening, and I realized that the traffic lights are actually helping. The traffic lights are helping. The flow of traffic has improved ever since the traffic lights were put. Like, for example, if you went to Mlago roundabout, the movement of cars, if they respect the traffic lights, the movement of cars is actually better. And those that stop, they stop. I don't know if it's because there was not too much traffic yesterday, being a public holiday, but what I saw, I think I'm happy with. If for example they let the traffic lights work, and if they make the traffic lights computerized, in that they can sense which part has more traffic, which part can move, traffic because the traffic officer comes to be the controller in case the traffic lights are not actually working. Yeah. And yeah, so if they create traffic lights that can sense that this side there is a lot of traffic, then they can be using I don't know how far we are from that, but I saw traffic lights having sensors. Like if the traffic light is in front of that trailer, the car sensor is like 200 meters away from the trailer. Yeah, I can sensing a traffic at good day. I've not seen the sensors that see the road ahead, but I wish we would also get those ones. But how is your Saturday, guys? What's your plan for Easter? What's your plan for Easter? Because tomorrow is Easter. Some of you guys are going to go to highly populated areas. Yeah. Some of you guys have already traveled to the village. Yesterday the Masaka Road was blocked. That stretch by Nokugazia, Masaka Road needs to be widened. I find that all the highways in Uganda need to be made into double lanes. Yeah, it would be a very good thing. The other trouble that I see with our roads that probably is not with the Northern Bypass and the Entebbe Express is that our roads are not divided by rail guards. I think if they put rail guards in the middle of all our roads, we'll have more order, because then the people from the left cannot cross over to the right, and likewise the people to the right, they cannot just cross over to the left. Which yeah, but what are you saving for your emergency? There are so many people don't have emergency funds. They don't even have 100K. Nobody can stop reggae. The importance of saving a bit of money. How do you know, or how do I know that people don't actually have emergency funds? It's that so many times I've seen people that call others and say Mperezayo mutwalo siri bulungi. The moment you get to the level of Mperezayo mutwalo siri bulungi, just know, yeah, bwekasotuka ku moment nga mperezayo omutwalo siri bulungi ng'omanya kati olina otandika okusavinga, things are not good for you, okitegeera, and you want to make sure that things get better for you, start saving money. Hi Edward Pro, Arthur, keeping too much cash at my disposal isn't easy, so I save 300k per month in a saving and borrowing group. I buy some cows like every 3 months, and I also keep 2 million cash on me. Yes. Otambula nazo obazibira kwe obubeera otambula nazo oli gwamba yayi olimanya nti moving with cash. I've realized that people no longer move with cash, which is a very good thing. People pay via mobile money for most of the things now they pay for, yeah, and it's a good thing. But and I think it's time that we started talking to all of our friends to start keeping emergency funds. An emergency fund, in my case, I think should be able to help you manage your expenses for at least like 6 months. Kali nebo bango osaze ku expenses, at least for 6 months you should be able to survive. Nga ensi tetegedde nti embeera okusazeeko. How many of us actually have 6 months of emergency funds aside? Like for example, if you're spending 1 million per month, then you should have like a 6 ma on the side. Nti miezi ejo mukaaga, milioni mukaaga ojja kuba buli mwezi osobola okuspendinga sente zezo, and then you'll not have any trouble. So how many of us have that much cash on us, or liquid assets nga Salongo bwe yagambye? Because that's also important. It's also important okubeera nga osobola okubawo ne sente zojjamu sente amangu. Ono waddamu kabiri kati muno otomera abantu. Bannayuganda nolowooza bawulira. Bannayuganda babeerawo nga bakulimba batomere bawe sente. Ne bw'okuba eng'ombe emirundi 10. Yeah, but this is good, Salongo. This is good. You save 300k every month in a group, and that gives you profit as well, yeah? And then you buy cows like every 3 months, yeah? And a cow is a liquid asset. It's very easy to sell a cow very cheaply though. I was talking to some dudes. I think I think double cabin. They were talking about cows, and in their conversation it seemed like double cabin, was it? There's a car we bought before the double cabin. What car was that? That wasn't the Harrier, no. It wasn't the Harrier still. I think it was the double cabin people. Munange nete zisala. Cows, like cars, can also help you lose money. Munange nete tebagitunda mu kupapa. Ento yino gitunda nawe nga wematira mungera mumoruka boy no kugitunda. Munange, that's this. I learned something new. Me, I used to think that cows don't cut tezisala. Ni nazo munakati tutandise mutolozi. Ati ngenda gena akwate muko mu kyuma onako olwaleero. Munange Shafiki UG yatusubiza okola saloon naye yewamba simanyi kyamutuukako mazima. It reached a point and there was no more exchange of conversations. If someone says that they are selling, you go bring money and then so Munange, the conversation of a saloon that gives you 200k a day, I have no idea. Where? Sajjo mukuru aparkinze mukubo wakati agula obunyama bw'oluku 10. Abo njagala nnyo ne bakubira eng'ombe paka bwavaayo. Awo kapuresha akawulira. But how look can someone get all to be able to buy meat? Come on. Obo ina abantu abala mu moroka. Gendo parking, and he has like 3 more people in the car. He can park wali parking. Oli na akomawo na agula ennyama n'abaleeta. That's what we do in an organized environment. But of course, in Uganda, bamanya aguze moroka aba aina kujoga nsi. Kyagenda okukola baba agenda kukikola. It's what he should have done in the beginning. You park on the side like that, and then one of you goes back to buy. And he's a man in his 60s. I'm good to come and Arthur, and cows produce. I started with a few, and now I have over 20. Wow, that's nice salon. As for me, I pay 200K every month for my NSSF. I keep 1.5 million every month on my account and keep $500 in my house safe. Oina echinya oina eri bazita batazi safe is it fireproof. That's good, man. That's good. And in case you are saving, what exact emergencies are you saving for, guys? We are not in the hills of resort. We are not even like 30 kilometers away from Kampala. I'm telling you. We are about 26 kilometers from the Kampala CPD. We are about 26 kilometers. Abad, have you seen Ichidong? So my guy, when you save your emergency fund, what are you exactly saving for? There is something that normally happens with people that have money on the side. When you are saving a cent, and the neighbor janga paparanga atunda proti, does that qualify for being an emergency? Travel Life Vlog, this is also Uganda. This is Uganda. But they are working on the road. I'm hopeful that they will work on the road and make it. There is a stretch that is worked on, but we are not going to get to that stretch because my gym is nearby here. So I'm going to stop at my gym and I conclude the broadcast. It's going to be quite a short broadcast again. Semuto Road, Road. Probox again and Peter Kotamanyiti in a cool yangi. Like, you know, when I'm driving on this road, I can go upwards of 60 kilometers per hour. I'm too efficient on this road. Wano kuline kubo. Katatebo embanga ngongoba si iteno JMPC. Inompita when I'm trying to be polite to other people. Bwembanga tuli mukuvuga ani asinga. Ye. Kano kazanyo kankara akakubo. Nebinya byako. Nkavuga. Wano, I think waliwo wa Subaru Forest ya nesimba munambako, waliwo wa chiwishe echo chimimodo, wishe old modo, waliwo wa Alex. Ine kubo, this is my game. Ino game yange. Probox akomye. Ila nanga ndabye ndi ku broadcast abo mbagala abo. There's a Probox like that one of Kaome that bakery. Kane simba mu. Ine kubo. But anyway, guys, what do you save for emergencies? Me, I find that the biggest emergency in Uganda would be medical. That's the biggest emergency. Why am I calling it an emergency? Someone will say, why don't you just buy insurance? Insurance in Uganda can be disappointing. There was a time when my kids were getting a lot of infections. Constantly, I thought of buying insurance. And what discouraged me was that for me to get to a hospital that has insurance, I needed to drive fuel of about 30,000 shillings. And then sometimes I've had people that have insurance complain. You go to a hospital and you're on insurance, but then you also have to buy some medicines. They have like a limit. And then there are things they don't cover, like dental. You get. So they try to limit. If you're buying the most affordable insurance covers, there are so many other things that you may not be able to access. And then I realized they were making me pay 4 million for a family of 4. I kept meeting the wrong insurance companies. All insurance companies. Per month. Like, we don't spend that money on medical. You just have to make sure your kids eat a balanced diet. You keep them out of harm's way, and then you'll be okay. So I find that the biggest emergency we need to save for should be in medical. And then I also find that insurance is good, but they also don't cover some of the biggest medical emergencies. Some of the biggest medical emergencies are not covered. That's why most people are available insurance. They they have work insurance covers nga kumulimu kibamuwa insurance n'agibiramu ne family era bw'ava ku mulimu bw'atyo gwe bamugoba oba n'atandika okwekozesa nga insurance agivaako. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. But personally, I dream of a day where my employees can get insurance. It's one of the things that people that are employed, it's one of the things that they are proud of. Like, insurance, yeah. Now they are special, that more special than the people that are paying cash. They never they keep going to the hospital even when they are not sick. So I hope one day to give it to my employees. But is that also Uganda? Travel lifelong. This is Uganda. The roads are sad. Munangi. Maggie Farms. For me, my grandmother is happy with these roads. And she's wise. What do I have to say? I have my aunties and uncles that are very happy with these roads. You can never say that I'm wiser than them to not be happy. They say that we should just be grateful. They say we should be grateful that at least we have roads. They might be almost impassable, but at least we have roads. In the morning, I don't use it. Because, for example, if I come back at night and it's late, why I use it? Because normally at night I'm really tired. And you cannot be hitting potholes on your doors. But yesterday I came back and I gave Mama Aban to drive me. And I almost dozed, but I could not doze. I almost dozed, but and then I wake up. I find that when your woman is driving, you should sit behind. Otherwise, experience, but you can definitely drive. I just have to teach her how to do parallel parking. Maybe a reverse stabbing my I don't know if that's the thing that most women suffer with, especially when they have just, but it's something that I have to teach her so that she masters. You know, when some exercises in Uganda. In Uganda. It's like we are in the Renzori Mountains, but we are not. We are not. Arthur, I need some advice on the process of changing engine details, URA, like the documents. So what you do, get an agent. Don't try to do it yourself. It will trouble you, and I don't want your trouble to get trouble. So I don't want you to get trouble. So get yourself an agent. Yeah. So get yourself an agent, and that agent will guide you through the process. Yeah. So that agent knows people at URA, that will help with to make the process easier, and just to be every time you change your engine, every time you change the size of the tires. I'll give you an example. The project car we are working on, we are going to change it from size 14 tires and put like size 15 or 16. Why am I going to put those big wheels? I want it to look nice. I want it to look nice, and yeah, I want it to look nice, and I find that bigger tires will make it look nice. They will raise it a little bit. Yeah. And also, when me personally, when I'm working on a car, whether it's for sale or something, I want to work on it in a way that work on it in a way that if no one likes it, I like it. You get. Oba tojagala giteeke waawe ebeerewo, okitegeera, bw'oba tojagala ng'ogirekawo ng'ebeerawo. So I think I'm leaving Urban here for swimming. Kamba muting Yeah, so I'm leaving these boys here again. After medical insurance in Uganda is a scam. They sell to you feelings of prestige. Aha. Good evening, Stephen Omoria Wabui Nelson. Won't change tires for the project car affect its fuel efficiency. Edward Pro. Let me tell you something about the other car. So the car I got is a 1.3 liter turbocharged. 1.3 liter turbocharged. And of course, what I'm going to try and do is I want to get the ratio. I'll increase the tire size, but I'll make sure the ratio is not too big. I have a tire expert. Yeah, she's going to advise properly. When we get to see the project car, you're going to see the first video. We're going to be publishing videos every week, yeah, of the project car, the process that we are going through the project car. And I think the first episode is going to be when I bought it. And it's going to be when I bought it and took it, where I'm fixing it in a studio, not in a garage. That's how it's different. That this is Arthur's project car. Hi, Murad K Momo VIP. How are you? So Moses Adams, I'll advise that get a URA agent. I'm about to transfer and talk to them. They'll help you do alteration. But one thing I've realized, some of these things, not engine numbers, the guys that import engines, Moses Adams, unless your documents that the guy that sold you the engine or the woman that sold you the engine, unless they gave you documents that have engine numbers, you don't have to do it. Most people that sell engines, they bring containers. All they will have on the papers would be, this is the engine, 1NZ, 1ZZ, one. That's all they have. So they don't have actual engine numbers, yeah? And that's where the difference is going to be. If you try to struggle to change, of course, but engine number ogenda kuba ina kujisoma basome ku engine nyini okitegera okukyusa. And for as long as you have the papers, it might not be really that possible, that necessary. But you talk to someone that does car transfers and all. How much do those URA agents usually charge? Rough estimate, because I can only rely on your advice. I don't think you'll spend more than 300,000. 200 should be enough, because URA takes about, or Ministry of Works takes about 20 to 30,000 for that. It's Sigadolia's your agent. We say, Arthur, how far with how much is our party of August going to be? Wanna start looking for money? 50,000, guys. And the 50,000, you'll also get a magazine with that. Our first publication of the Love for Cars magazine. Yes, Love for Cars magazine. Okuja ka chemugendo gula chiri nti. You guys, you might want to buy the diary. We have the My Car Diary. It's a diary where you'll be able to record how your car is treating you every day, how much you have spent on it, so that by the end of the period, for example, if you record 2026, by the end of 2026, you can say, and then you can start analyzing and saying, because some of you guys don't even know how much you spend on fuel. Yeah, so the diary will help you do that. It's already in production. The magazine is still being worked on, preaching a few things here and there. Yeah, hope you reported the pre-purchase inspection money for the project car to Mama Abad. I think I said nakoze inspection. Then nakola inspection Moroka no nayo. But you guys will see in the first episode. You see in the first episode. Michitega Safaris. Come and answer Morad K Momo how insurance is a scam. So but Morad K Momo to try and boy, see you. Abani Musajifu. How do you do that? Here. When did you start paying? Hey, bye. Aban Musanif. Do you know why Aban is too happy? Aban is too happy because at his school, most of his friends swim. But me, I'm a traditional father. Swimming egenda kuleta kyeyo je tusaamu ennyo obudde. Egenda kuleta bwe batalina nnyo kyegenda kuleta. Swimming tujiwa obudde butono. But today bwe tugenze ka park kali batujjako swimming wa mitwalo ebiri tebalinawo lifeguard. Like you see this swimming pool, I don't even remember how much they are paying, but they have 2 lifeguards. Atenge eri mu kyalo eri kali akafo kenjogera ku kali eri side z'ekyanja. I'm disappointed in that place. Actually, I've been in places that I would have thought would be worse, but they were better than that place. I'm disappointed in Ugandan kids parks. I'm disappointed. Like Bagatagato Ubuntu, I think because we don't have those things. I think the last real kids park we had was Didi's World. Jebaita Wonder World. Because it only works on weekends, because it's a university during the week. You get it? You know that thing that goes up and down. I cannot take my kids to that thing. Why? Because it's too old. If all the other machines broke down, this one is just holding on. What if it breaks? It breaks down when they are mid-air. What happens then? It's like how I don't want to take my kids to the totally water park. I don't know how safe that is. Yeah, like someone goes from up there, Najanga Gwamba fucking swimming pool. I have phobia for water, so I will not take my kids there. Arthur, swimming is recreation. Yeah, swimming is recreation, definitely. And urban swims for recreation, but not like all the time. Not like all the time. You know, there are sessions that the mother wanted me to take him to. It's a really long distance. Kauge emirundi jauga kusomero jimumala. Ochitegera, me, that's what I'm against. I am against giving swimming a lot of time. Ochitegera, like Aban is a very good artist. He knows how to do very good drawings. He knows how to do very good paintings. Omanyawa artist like Aban is that great of artist. And in my family, starting with my grandmother, the auntie that raised me, or when P6, I have an uncle that is an artist. Like Aban is that grade of artist. Like really good. So I would actually invest more in art than in swimming. Yeah. But I think the art is actually a talent, because things that he does, no one tells him. And he makes a face of a person out of that and stuff like that. So he's really good there. I'd rather invest in that than in the swimming. And I also have phobia for swimming. I've seen people. I'm trying to see if the gym is open. Quite late here today. Let me go back and watch from the start. I will catch up with you later. Hope everyone is in good spirits. I'm in good spirits. I'm going to lift a bit of weights. Aban has like a huge smile on his face because he's going to swim. And yeah, and that's interesting. After you keep a backlog. What do you mean backlog, Morad? What do you mean backlog? Just save the amount of money you are supposed to pay in insurance at the end of the year. You realize how much money these guys are making out of you. I did the math. I did the math sometime for insurance, and I realized that for me, paying for insurance would be losing money. Like how much my kids got sick, I even spend half of the money that I was being asked for by the insurance agent. And that's how I realized that insurance wasn't really my thing. Yeah, so we just have to save the money or take an emergency fund. I find that medical is one emergency fund. Like in Uganda, we have things like the regulations just keep coming up. Like very soon you may be there, but there's a regulation. You see how they're making us pay for new number plates, something like that. It might just come up. So you save for things like that. Then there are things that come in families, as a family, and you need to fundraise to keep them alive. So that money is also okay. But also I find that sometimes we need to save for in case our sources of income go away. Income your way, what do you do? I think at Nzenga Athabade self-employed for a very long time. You know that this can happen anytime. Or work on a business and the government cuts it out. They got a business teacher illegal. A business teacher kills. Like I can tell you, if you don't have emergency funds, if you don't have money that is lying there for emergencies, I'll give you for example. Oh, Mommy Miti, you are paying 1.5 million a month in insurance, which is 18 million. Last year alone, I didn't even spend 4 million in medical bills. 4 million, way. Those are the names I insurance in Uganda. Like million emunation bagenda kola chibuli mwezi bagenda kola cooperation ye chibumba. Sorry for laughing at you, Miti. But 4 million in medical bills, ojanjabachi. I find that the best way to like treat make sure we are alive is by first of all eating a balanced diet. I think just eat a balanced diet. Abana bawe greens, bawe avocado, bawe kunyama, bawe kubijanjalo. Utsegire boba nga chigize ngo bawe multivitamin, bawe kubushera, bawe kubujibwa bobwa kasoli. Give them a bunch of things, kwigamba ombiri gwe very nourished. But also I find that as kids grow up, they rarely get sick. Okuja konga it's hereditary. Either the mother or the father has a hereditary illness that they have to treat, like asthma, or the kids. I've had the kids getting ulcers recently, or if you have like sickle cells. I don't think that a family ngamuli very healthy mwenai, you'll be spending that much on medical. No, you wouldn't. Katigo 4 million Miti, I find that 4 million orabika abana udu warari chubango batwala kumalwalira agebe. I have a family of 5 people. I do routine medical checkups. That's why I had enrolled for insurance. But after doing the math, I realized they were ripping you off. And I don't know, Miti, why you do those checkups. I've been to hospitals to do checkups, and the doctors who are making money out of me said, like the doctors know what is good for us, by the way. The doctors know what illnesses we get a lot in Uganda. They know how often you should check, probably once a year. So me, I adopted the thing of once a year, we go do for a full body checkup only once a year. And if everything is okay, we go back to balanced diet. If something is wrong, then we treat that. But even 5 people, Miti, is a million in Yabarwarachi. Because you'll find like Nzenga Arthur, I think this year, ngojeko fatigue jenaina, nabwara ko malaria once. No, malaria last year. This year I've only had fatigue. And then the most amount of money I've spent, or I have fatigue, has been tests. You know, I even went and did hormonal tests. I went to do a full body checkup. Then the doctor looked at me, asked me a bunch of, and I no, you don't need. What if I want to check testosterone levels? And he said, again, that's a score testosterone levels. And they did a test. And yeah, I'm normal. My testosterone is more than 100%. Good evening, Moses Odongo. How are you, my brother? Arthur, njagala kuba kalango mu magazine. How much? Edward Pro, you inbox me. Inbox me, we talk about it. I have the people that can advertise for a full page. I have a half page. I have a quarter page, and then I have those guys that just get texted. So you inbox me to Chogereko, yeah. And I'm going to have a mock-up, Edward, for you to look through, so that you see where you will be positioned in the magazine. And also for the people that also have businesses that are related to cars, or maybe businesses that can interest people that have cars and love cars, you can also WhatsApp me, and then we see how you can advertise in the magazine. Yeah, the magazine will be given to all the people that will come to the event, and we'll be selling it, and we'll also work on a digital magazine about the online. And then you go through online. We'll be publishing this magazine only once a year. True, Arthur, doctors make money out of us. Now I have a personal doctor. I said, no, Miti, you are rich. Me, I don't have a personal doctor. I make sure to get opinions. I can pay like four doctors just to see what they think about what I'm going through. But I found that actually Uganda has some honest doctors. You can go to a hospital to do a certain, like me, I'm a hypochondriac. Nzenga Arthur, I'm a hypochondriac. Hypochondriacs be bantu abarowooza nti balwadde ne baasi balwadde. That's why when I was fatigued, everyone kept telling me, athato umula. Like everyone around me byangambanga naye era sikkiza nga mpulira ndi mulwadde. I went to a clinic, they checked for malaria nga siina. I went to another clinic, they checked nga siina. I went to a bigger hospital. That bigger hospital did that blood test buli kimu. The doctor nanga athokusinza kuchenda but you have fatigue. Even then, I went to another clinic. That clinic also did the same test, naga fatigue. You get, like I'm a hypochondriac, and I can tell you that there are doctors in Uganda that are really honest, and they will tell you, you don't need this test, you don't need this test, you are okay. After let people learn to keep money in an umbrella trust fund as an emergency fund. It's really helpful, and you can access that money in 24 hours. Tell us about that, Sally James. Tell us about that. Tell us about Sally James before I go. Please write more about the umbrella trust fund, where they can. Uganda, Sally, tetulina access to information. We don't have access to information. That's why I try to host people, bajebo ogereko, batubulire about things that we didn't know. Yeah, so tell us about that. Frank Lukwago. I just like your ideas in a number of different sectors. This is Frank from Matuga, World Ahead SS. Hi, Frank. I used to come to World Ahead in marketing, and now these days my team goes there. I also go to a different, I still market, though I just don't market Matuga. The Matuga Road. Always get someone to come here. Yeah, but nice to meet you, Frank. Now, I opened a unit trust, which I used as my medical emergency fund account. But I assure you, it's better than those medical insurance accounts they are selling. Yeah, it's definitely better. Medical insurance, say, Uganda one, it says, if it was widespread, that it would be okay. But the thing is, for me, I have to drive 20 kilometers to get to medical insurance. Naye nga ate ekintu ky'abajjanjaba ku medical insurance amafuta genvuze ngatako emitwalo 5 and I get medication. By the way, to think about it, we as a family, we pay premium for insurance of 13 people, but we pay yearly. But yeah, but I think 13 people for discounts. Murad Kemomo, you get discounts. It's like how if you insure your entire workforce at a company, you get a discount. And it's nice, yeah? It's nice if you get discounts. But there are people that should just get medical insurance. If you are downtown. Kati inze. Katolaba mu estate, we have a clinic. Iyo clinic yange, our medical insurance mujimanyi. Oyo tata bani. Oyo have the tata bani. Mumukole ko tata bani ajja kusasula. Your medical insurance, I know that one. Medical insurance, I know that one. Medical insurance yange I know that one. Yeah, osindika busindise muntu ne bamukolako and you wait. Okitegera osindika busindise muntu, they call you tata banono gwa musindise nti ye mumukoleko. I remember when we were working on a certain project and people were this way, and abasindika nga busindise, there is a person in ulcers nga tayagala kwogera ngate kugamba ina ulcers nagata mu typhoid nagata mu malaria. Tata banono gwa musindise nti ye nga that's medical insurance. Chitengeza I can pay next month. Umbrella Trust Fund is a fund for all mutual UAP. Simply open up the account and you can always use your commercial bank to deposit their money and also withdraw. It gives you annual interest. Edinga Unit Trust, yeah? Sorry. Edinga Unit Trust. Edinga Unit Trust, yeah? So, but Sally, one of the things that disturbs us as Ugandans, but information is not there. Compounding interest, that's nice. Information. You'll be surprised how many people still don't know. You remember how I talked about you guys to avoid 2012 Subaru Impreza? Guys, avoid the 2012 Subaru Impreza. A lady called me, in a consultation. Don't buy the Subaru Impreza 2012 model. 2012 GDK. The lady called me. Nangamba, she got a car from a certain big car dealer. When she took the car, yajitwalanga lero tomorrow to do service. The moment I asked her which car it is, and she told me Subaru Impreza. And then she said, I took the car back, but these guys are not answering me. They say they're going to repair it and all. And I told her, you know what? They're not going to repair it now. It's going to take them like a month or two. How I know? It's because we bought a Subaru Impreza, and the Indian that sold us that Impreza, because it had a malfunction generally. Yagura party $1,500 wane Uganda teri. Okujjako nga bagenda kugira wabajijjeko. It's the ABS that has a problem in 2012 Subaru Impreza. The car can move properly, but yet the lights, because you are bought a new car, will not give you peace. It moves very well. Ne speed meter yenda batterinya. Now, if ebintu byonna bikoleka, omuntu asobola bitwala nabi, and I'm sure if they give her the car very soon, ekibagenda obanga bakoze bagenda funa makanika aloopinga bya loopinga, speed meter yimuke, akatala kazikire, emoroka etambule. Now, for us twagula emoroka eri mu bond, we could have done that okwewonya ebizibu. But I wanted to take the right angle, the right route. So we went back to the Indian. The Indian gave us a bunch of mechanics. They failed. We also tried a bunch of mechanics, including the biggest Subaru garages in Kampala. All of them, they don't have the solution. I am telling you, they don't have the solution. So eventually we took the car back to the Indian, and the Indian took it to some Somali guy. And through the Somali guy, the Indian ordered for the part. $1,500. I agree with you, Arthur. So many Ugandans lack information and financial knowledge. Actually, I advise people to stay saving money in banks and use unit trusts and funds for saving. It's definitely makes sense. Guys, kamba sibling in estre home chuma. No kujja mu gym yaddala, and because the kids are swimming, I thought why not go to the gym. Bench yange yo yagwa. Either I think tomorrow I'll work out on the bench. Tomorrow we are fixing up the studio where we're going to shoot the project cap properly. Tujitereze. You're going to see the episodes bulungi buli week mugenda banga mulaba how far we go. Abali interested in Hancock placing in bids ya Kalisa Antonio High. Nenga mwebale kubera for the love of cars, mwebale kubera nga ku broadcast eno. I don't take you for granted. Mbagala nnyo nga bwe munjagala. Bana mugende mulabe weekly round up. Temunagiraba. Manyize ndaba statistics bone bangamba abantu aboluberera. Abantu abakuberedde tebannalaba. YouTube tells me that you my people, it's new people that have been watching the broadcast mostly. But some of you guys have definitely watched. But the people that have not watched, go and watch it. Kasule Ramadan, Starch Events, Louis, Paul, Sema, Sammy, Jones Info, Yusuf Minaj, Nuwa Norman, Ayuka Blair, Kasule Ramadan. Kasule yagambe a saving into a mu emergency fund. Sammy agambe ateka million 2 buli mwezi, no matter what. Izo centers kwata ko million 2 buli mwezi gena mu emergency fund. That's very good. That's very good savings. Buli mwaka agenda okubalanga ine million 2 mu nyanga zitadde wali. After 10 years ajja kuba ina million 2 mu America. Million 2 mwana. Ne bobulwa diki nga bagenda kukyusa mutima. Bwane India wano bata kusaba million 6. Kitegeeza kati jogende okadira. You'll be safe. Karota Uganda, Salongo Nsubuga, Travel Live Vlog, Victor Bolaise, WAMV Technology, Dustin Bag, Edward Pro, Maggie Farms, Moses Adams, Miti, Tega Safaris, Stephen Omoria, Edward Pro, Mazemorad K Momo VIP, Basic Chris, Stephen Omoria, Kawagama Enoch, Frank Lukwago, Simamaze no mulowoza Kalisa Antonio, Arthur Banangi. Tell me about the idea. Just buy the Vista Deo, buy the one that has the VVTi engine, but just buy as long as it's healthy. Gula togenda funa dozu. Every my birthday, I want to save 1 million for my emergency. Started 5 years back. Good. That's really nice. Guys, I wish you a very lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow, Easter. Tukole broadcast encho bambaleke muri emmere. Tukole broadcast bambaleke muri emmere. Yeah, guys, mwe bali okubera ku broadcast kagene kwate muko buchuma. Some of us want to have big muscles. Yeah, some of us want to have big hammers. And the big hammers can only be gotten from the gym. Okay, you can get the big hammers from eating. Neka tufaba mukofe tuine the historical diseases like pressure, minimum families of diabetes, diabetes, that we have to actually work out. Guys, may the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Zengenda kola broadcast wabite munzi zenu. Muna Mr. Alex Kakanda are busy. Yangambi are busy. But hopefully next weekend we'll have him. And hopefully we can also have other people come on and share information. Omanyi, buli aina magezi guys ngoga ina a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. May the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao, ciao.